One Up 3D gaming video. That was the No Man's Sky Beyond release date announcement, which is August 14th, which should be that's pretty close, so that's awesome. I had gotten to start being a little poopy and nihilistic about the release date, just to be a butt. So, let's analyze this. I've got a theory on what this is. I'm like 90% sure. And that's me being... Let's just say that I am being modest there. Humble. But let's analyze this before we go into what I think it is. So we start off and we've got this structure here. It has this big cube and a sphere. It has terminals. Get a better view of it. There's quite a lot of terminals, which indicates that maybe a lot of people could be going to it. We've got this thing here, which I thought looked like a tank, but that kind of looks like some kind of field, like what they have the plants in. Then we've got all kind of flags and decoration. And this is the same space, but updated and unblurred from the original teaser. So there's something important about this space. This space is going to be in the game in some fashion. I think it'd be odd for them to so heavily associate Beyond with this space if it wasn't going to be there. So we keep going. We see there's a platform to get up here. And this is a big centralized space. So that lends credence to it being some kind of hub, maybe a trading hub, something like that. So we've got chairs and plants there. And then we've got 4 landing pads, it looks like, and a ship, of course. And then we keep going, and it's unclear whether we can get into this spot, but you can see there's gaps, and then it repeats. So basically from here out, this is repeating. It's a trick to make the space look vast. They're not making all this new modeling for that. They're just arraying it out. So, and then we exit to the announcement. So, what do I think this is? I am like 90% sure. Let's back up. The big speculation right now is that it's a hub for guilds and building and stuff like that. Or not building, but forming your parties and stuff like that. And those people, and that it might be at this core or something like that, but these people are missing something big. They're partially right. It's going to serve that functionality. But it's not going to be some place you travel to. For one, they've made it clear that this is Beyond. Beyond is heavily associated with this room. So everyone's going to go there at some point. And also, having it to where you travel to a hub to organize guilds and stuff like that will not work for No Man's Sky unless you have an instant travel there, because it's so vast. In like World of Warcraft or other MMOs, you can have those central gathering places because they're a reasonable distance to get to. Some people spend hundreds of hours trying to get to the center, so it's not really reasonable for it to be in the center. And another factor they're not thinking of is VR. VR is what this is about. It's about that and organizing your parties and your guilds or whatever like that. Because in VR, traditional menus don't work. They don't work very good at all. You can't just pop into a flat screen. All of a sudden you've been in three dimensions. There's things all around you in 3D space. And then you've just got a flat panel in front of you. And that's it. That's not going to be how it works in No Man's Sky VR. We already know that based on what they've said about the inventory menu and the building menus and stuff like that. That it's not going to be like a pause menu. The pause menu, I don't know, and like the log and milestone and discoveries, don't know how they'll handle. They might just handle it like it's a pause, and then those things are all arrayed around you in VR. But another thing that will not work in VR is a flat start menu. VR games have figured this out already, that you can't just sit them in front of a flat start screen and expect people to like that or not be frustrated by it. Like a game like PSVR Worlds, where everything's around you and you can interact with things, or Skyrim VR, which in the update they added a small cavern space, a cave with like a water and stuff like that, for one, to demonstrate what you're going into, and a little area to play around and get right into the feel. And so that's what this is. You're going to start the game. You're going to go into this space. You're going to be able to come up here, and this is probably an interface to that function as the join game that we have now, but it's probably more sophisticated. So you can invite your friends into your game, or your alliance guild, whatever it is going to be, into your game, or jump into theirs. And then when you've got all that stuff done, or when you've selected the save you want to play on, it's gonna have your ship come in, the ship in that save that is current. It's gonna have it come in, land on one of those pads. You're gonna get in. It's gonna take off, and you're loading into your save. That, instead of loading into this red screen, is going to load into the traveling through the galaxy. That's what I think, and I think that is almost certainly what it is. They probably wouldn't even be showing you traveling out of that like that if it was not that. I don't feel like they would do that. They would be showing activity and stuff in there if it was like a in-game spot. This isn't going to be technically in-game. It's just going to be where you start, where you get your save loaded, save selected, people to join your party, anything like that. Anything on a start menu in a game will be in that area, except it'll be in a 3D space and you can wander around. If you don't want to be playing, like, perhaps it could facilitate you just going in and chatting with your friends. It's going to be kind of just that lobby area. So that's my thought on it. And I think that's going to work very well. So that's what I would do if I was updating No Man's Sky to be a VR game, because it's become pretty clear in VR games you need something like that. You can't have your start menu be a two-dimensional space. And from what we saw in there were only two parts of the structure that looked like functional parts that we could see. That was that big square, the holographic square, and the landing pads with your ship. So it looks like you're going to go to that square, invite your friends in or whatever, select your save, you're going to walk down to your ship, and you're going to take off, and you're going to load into your game. That's my guess. So, yeah, if you guys think that's a good theory, let me know. If you think I'm dumb, let me know. We'll see you on the 14th. I mean, we'll know right away if I'm right, so... And then if I'm not, I'll have egg on my face, and I'll be a dummy. Whatever. Yeah. So, like and subscribe. Tell me what you think. Share if you want. All that stuff. My channel isn't growing too much, but I think here I'll start picking up a little bit of an audience. And I'm kind of doing this casually, so I'm not too worried about it. But, yeah, I'm thankful that you guys are watching. So I'll see you guys next time.